1. The lost key. A man loses his house key and searches frantically in the dark. His neighbor comes over and asks if he needs help. The man says, "Yes, I lost my key." They search together for a while, and the neighbor asks, "Where exactly did you lose it?" The man replies, "In the house." Puzzled, the neighbor asks, "Then why are you looking out here?" The man sighs and says, "Because the light is better out here. I thought maybe if I found it here, it would magically appear inside." 2. The unreliable painter. A painter is hired to paint a house. After several days, he presents the owner with a bill. The owner protests, "This is much higher than I expected." The painter replies, "But I painted the house twice." The owner says, "I only asked for one coat." The painter nods and says, "Exactly, I painted the first coat, then I painted over it with the same color to make sure it was perfect. It's twice the perfection." 3. The clever parrot. A man buys a parrot that's known for its wit. When he brings the parrot home, it immediately starts talking. "I've been to every restaurant in town, and you're the worst cook," says the parrot. Shocked, the man says, "You're not supposed to be rude." The parrot replies, "I'm not being rude. I'm giving constructive criticism. If you can't handle the truth, maybe you should try a cooking class." 4. The mysterious package. A man receives a mysterious package with no return address. Inside, he finds a note that says, "Congratulations, you've won a free trip." Excited, he calls the number on the note. The operator says, "To claim your prize, simply send us $1,000. The man asks, "Isn't this a scam?" The operator responds, "Not at all. The real prize is learning how to spot a scam." 5. The lazy chef. A chef is known for his incredible culinary skills, but one day he accidentally burns his dish. When the customer complains, the chef says, "I call it smoked surprise. It's a new trend in gourmet food." The customer, confused, asks, "How is it a trend?" The chef replies, "Well, if people keep complaining, it'll be trendy in no time." 6. The overly honest salesman. A salesman is trying to sell a used car. The buyer asks, "Why is the price so low?" The salesman replies, "Because this car has a few issues." The buyer presses for details. The salesman says, "The biggest issue is that it's very honest. It'll tell you when it's having trouble, and it'll even refuse to start just to keep things interesting." 7. The forgetful magician. A magician is performing a show and needs to pull a rabbit out of a hat. He reaches in but pulls out a loaf of bread instead. He looks puzzled and says, "Well, it's magic in its own way. You see, it's a bread and butter trick." The audience laughs, and the magician adds, "Now, if only I could make the rabbit appear as quickly as the bread disappeared." 8. The office prank. An office worker decides to prank his colleague by hiding his stapler in jelly. The next day, the colleague finds the stapler and says, "Nice try, but I figured out your prank." The office worker is curious, "How did you know?" The colleague grins, "Because no one in this office is creative enough to use jelly in a prank. It's just not our style." 9. The weight loss advice. A man visits a dietitian for weight loss advice. The dietitian says, "You need to exercise and eat healthier." The man asks, "But what if I don't like exercise?" The dietitian replies, "Well, you can start by doing something you enjoy, like walking to the fridge for healthier snacks." The man grins, "Great, I'll consider that my daily workout." 10. The email autoresponder. A businessman sets up an email autoresponder that reads, "I'm currently out of the office. For urgent matters, please contact my assistant." A few days later, he checks his email and finds a response. "Thank you for your email. Unfortunately, my assistant is out of the office too. For anything more urgent, please reach out to my dog. He's been handling the office while we're away." 11. The expensive hotel. A traveler checks into a luxurious hotel and finds it's unbelievably expensive. He asks the manager, "Why is this hotel so costly?" The manager replies, "Because we offer 5-star service and amenities." The traveler nods, "I see. So, what's included?" The manager says, "Well, the cost includes a view of the city, gourmet meals, and of course, a complimentary feeling of regret." 12. The overachieving chef. A chef boasts to his friends about his new recipe, claiming it's the best dish ever. When they taste it, they're underwhelmed. One friend says, "This isn't what we expected." The chef proudly responds, "Ah, that's because you're experiencing culinary evolution. You see, it's an acquired taste, and by acquired, I mean you'll either love it or be baffled by it." 13. The creative artist. An artist unveils his latest piece at a gallery. It's a blank canvas, and people are puzzled. When asked about it, the artist says, "This is a commentary on modern life. It represents the emptiness of consumerism." One guest says, "I thought it was just unfinished." The artist smiles. That's the beauty of art. It's open to interpretation. 14. The forgetful barber. A man goes to a barber for a haircut and notices the barber is constantly forgetting what style he wants. After several attempts, the man says, "Could you please remember my style?" The barber replies, "I'm trying, but I like to think of it as a surprise haircut. It keeps things exciting, doesn't it?" 15. The late night chef. A late night chef is known for his unique creations. One night he serves a dish that's a bizarre mix of ingredients. A customer asks, "What's this supposed to be?" The chef responds, "It's a new invention called Midnight Fusion. It combines everything you crave at 2 a.m. The customer laughs. "I guess the craving for originality is stronger than the craving for food." 16. A man goes into a discount store looking for a bargain. He finds a sign that says, "Everything 50% off." Excited, he picks up various items and heads to the register. When the cashier rings him up, he notices the prices are normal. The cashier says, "Oh, the sign was for everything in the store, including the discounts. Turns out you just paid full price for the experience." 17. The motivational speaker. A motivational speaker delivers a speech about achieving greatness. After the talk, a listener asks, "What's the secret to success?" The speaker replies, "It's all about perseverance and believing in yourself." The listener nods. "Sounds inspiring, but what if I don't believe in myself?" The speaker smiles. "Then just pretend until you do. After all, confidence is just an act." 18. The puzzle shop. A customer walks into a puzzle shop and asks for a challenging puzzle. The shopkeeper hands him a puzzle with thousands of pieces and says, "This one is very difficult." The customer starts working on it and finds it incredibly complex. After a week, he returns and says, "I'm stuck." The shopkeeper says, "That's because you've been working on the wrong puzzle. Here's the real challenge: figuring out how to solve the puzzle shop's organizational system." 19. The time management expert. A time management expert is hired by a company to help employees be more productive. He gives a seminar on prioritizing tasks. One employee asks, "How do I handle unexpected interruptions?" The expert replies, "The key is to manage your time so well that interruptions become part of your plan." The employee asks, "What if interruptions come from the expert himself?" The expert grins. "Then you're learning to manage time and experts simultaneously." 20. The unusual gift. A man receives a gift from a friend that's wrapped in a plain box. When he opens it, he finds a small, empty jar with a note inside that says, "This is a jar of imagination. Use it wisely." Confused, the man asks his friend, "What's this supposed to be?" The friend replies, "It's a reminder that the best gifts are the ones you fill with your own creativity and thoughts."